the topic for today is the tool to create the analysis that you can then share, and it doesn't have to be video content.
No, screenshots.
Or it can be screenshots. It can be, in my case, the tool that I'm using. I can get you a co-branded PDF. So it doesn't have to be the video. That it's more the idea of you proactively finding a deal, running the analysis, and using that as great content to, as Ryan already stated, kill two birds with one stone. Generate you more leads, top or even middle of funnel prospects, and as a conversion of sending cool stuff to get more conversations with those. So Ryan, do you want to show the tool that you use and love, and then I'll share the one that I'm using that's more it's mortgage, it's proprietary on the mortgage side, and you have to pay for the tool that I use. But as I mentioned, if you want me to make you a co-branded flyer, I'll show you how we can do that.
Yep. So calculator.net has a bunch of these little financial tools. I've probably been using this one for almost 10 years when I need to do this sort of thing. And if you just Google rental property calculator, calculator.net, this will pop right up for you.
Yep.
But what I like is it works really fast. I think it's pretty smart. You can put the expenses in, the taxes. You can add in some annual increases on the rental, and on your expenses up here. And value appreciation, the hold length, cost to sell, and then you hit calculate, and it just spits it out for you really quick.
Yep. Right
there with a nice little table. And as you'll see in my video, if you go watch it in the Facebook group, I kind of back up and I change some of the parameters and talk about what the scenarios would look like at different prices or different rental amounts, things like that. And I think it just makes for really interesting content. So
right on.
So calculator.net rental property calculator.
Yeah, the tool that I'm using is with a I guess you just call it a membership called MBS Highway, and it's for mortgage folks. And there's lots of cool things. I'm going to share my screen here. There's lots of cool things you can do with it. But I think one of the coolest is this use here of the investment property analysis. So I'm going to, George has a listing it's in Cape Coral. So I'm going to use that as our content here.
Did not know that.
Coral, PA. So I'm sorry, not PA. Geez, it's going to be confused. Florida. George, what would be, well, you know what? Here, I'm going to pull up the listing here. See what the list price is. And looks like this boy, oh boy, this is just great. Dead air. Come on.
Oh, that's okay.
I think
I was taking a nap. I should have been talking.
I think I need a new computer, Ryan. I think you're right. In fact, Harry in my EXP organization, he's been yelling at me to get a new computer for probably a year and a half now. Where the heck is the list price?
Just make one up.
Well, I want to get close. It had previously sold for, okay, 270. Oh, the Zestimate is 273. Wait a minute. This says it's not for sale. Well, anyway, I'm going to put 250. We're just going to run with 250 just to keep it moving along here. So I'm going to put 250,000 as the purchase value. And then I hit my little arrow down here. And it spits out this great.
Yeah.
The calculator that Ryan is using is awesome. This is more maybe from a UI, aesthetically pleasing perspective. It just, it's a little bit nicer and cleaner, and it gives you projected monthly cash flow. Now, it will use different data points to do a monthly rent projection. Okay. You could use a tool like Zillow's rental. They have a rental tool where you can get market data. In fact, since I mentioned it, I'll pull it up.
I think when coming up with the rental number, I think that's part of the value you're providing and you're
Mhm.
demonstrating. It's like, I think this can rent between here and here, as you record the video, or you know what I mean?
Right. Or you can go ahead of time and look at what does Zillow say, and then you could even pull up comparable rentals in your MLS if they're
Sure.
available. So you have like you're giving like actual, you're comping it from your MLS, which is like proprietary information as well, which just makes it more interesting and valuable, and theoretically more accurate potentially.
And a little
So
tip when doing these, just
go ahead.
just try to do the worst case scenario if you're really trying to position a specific property.
Yeah. See, now this is interesting. Zillow's Zestimate is way higher than the projection that we're using in this. Okay.
And Zillow's probably more accurate because Florida's on fire right now. But, yeah.
It may or may not be, but regardless, here's what you could also do. So I could export this version, and then I could export another version where I use Zillow's projection and have that as a dichotomy, or as a that you can compare for someone or with someone who is interested. So,
and I think that brings up back to that point. Like if you say, hey, the tool says 1900, Zillow says 2300. I more agree with the 2300, but let's use 1900 as a very conservative. And this is still a good deal at 19. You're making the case for why it's such a big opportunity, the property.
Yep. Now, if you would like us to run one of these and co-brand it to you, this one is going to be co-branded to Cosette on my team because I just don't have a bunch of co-branded agents loaded up into this. I've actually had access to this tool for a long time, but I forgot about it. Like I totally forgot. It does lots of cool things. This platform can do lots of cool things besides just the investment property. In fact, we can build open house flyers. Now they won't be as they won't get you as many responses as Ryan's tool that he built, which you can get for free on the wakeup.realestate site.
It's under the toolbox.
Yeah. But I can, if you have a property that you would like me to run one of these, it spits out a pretty cool looking 3-page PDF here. Just send me the property and any thoughts you have on rental amount and what information you would like for co-branding. I just need name, license number, best email and best phone number, and a little profile picture. Or it could even be just, it could be a logo. It doesn't have to be a headshot per se. And I'm happy to put those together for anyone who's interested. But this is, so I've done this 2 days in a row. My goal is to just make this a daily habit, right? Atomic Habits. I don't have the book here. Actually, my son is actually reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. Cool. Right? I'm making that. I'm installing that as a system in my business, and one of the big reasons why I feel compelled to do so is what Ryan. I'm going to reiterate again: 2 birds with 1 stone. It gets me more people in my database, and it's cool content to send to my database and to put on my website and to put on my social media platforms that is interesting